Thank you, folks. We have the director here, Ido Glass, one of the co-director. Thank you so much for this beautiful film. He's in conversation with our director of our Center for Israel, Udi Urman. I'm just going to throw one pitch out there. Our CEO is here with us tonight, and I think we should train in the pool for a November 15th swim. What do you think? Should we get going? Can we make it? Will we be ready? Udi, over to you.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Udi Urman. I'm the director of the Center for Arts and Idea here at the JCC and the Center for Israel. And I think we should give one more round of applause to Ido Glass for this beautiful and amazing movie that I have so many questions to ask about, and I'm going to start.
I hope I have an answer.
I'm sure you will. First of all, you know, as someone who grew up in Israel, and I remember the Dead Sea, at one point they have like a water park. There was like water slides into the Dead Sea, and how heartbreaking is to see those images. And you know, you've been there. It's just
actually the Dead Sea is drying up 1 meter and 20 centimeters each year. As we talk, it's continue to drying up, and we must to do something very rapidly. Otherwise, we don't have a sea anymore. So it's very heartbreaking to see it, and that's why we do this movie.
Yeah.
Actually,
whose idea was it? Did they approach you, or how did it all
my
come
colleague
together?
Yoav Kleinman is the photographer. He's wonderful photographer, and is calling to shoot a campaign for recruit a swimmer for the Dead Sea event. And he showed me his pictures, and I say, we have a movie. We need to start to following those people. And very rapidly, we decide to focus on Yusuf, on Oded, and Munkat, because this is the story of the region, not Israel or Palestine or Jordan. It's all the region.
But is there someone to blame? I mean, is Israel to blame for what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Israel is the, how do you say, המבוגר האחראי.
The adult in the room or something like that. Yeah.
But we are over-consuming of water all around the year for agriculture, for culture, for many reasons. And we just start now to realize that if we don't do something very heavy and very rapidly, we lose this opportunity to rebuild the Jordan Valley and also the Dead Sea. When the mayor said over there that if the Dead Sea drying up, all the world drying up, is absolutely right from our point of view, because our world is drying up. The Dead Sea is the basin of all the area, all the stream from the north to the south goes and flow down to the Dead Sea. And if it's drying up, it seems that's the whole reason is drying up. And if we do, and we must cooperate for this, even with Syria and Lebanon, all our neighbors.
Can you elaborate on the Jordan side? What is their approach to the Dead Sea? It seems like from the movie that they're kind of taking a step back, or
actually the government over there know that they must to do something, but the street in Jordan is very tough, and it don't let them to do anything that's deal with the normalization with Israel, because most of the Jordan is Palestinian, and if we don't solve the Palestinian problem, we don't have a friend over there. And I just said that Jordan is completely dry, completely. She's now, Israel give I think 100% of the water of Jordan is by Israel.
Explain it a little bit more. What do you mean when Jordan is dry?
Jordan don't have enough water anymore because they finished all the sources of water. And the 2 million Syrian refugees that come from the war in Syria just finish it completely. And in the last, it's called Abraham Agreement with the Persian Gulf. So we agreed to give them 70% more than we give them before. And from the Sea of Galilee, most of it from the Sea of Galilee. To Jordan. Yeah, it's important to know that Israel now is the biggest support of Jordan waterways, yeah? Yeah. Sure. No, it's connected to the Jordan very, very deeply.
At one point, Oded, the Israeli guy, say, I can just swim it by myself and that's it. But I think it's not just it's very Israeli, but it maybe represent, can Israeli say at one point, well, I'll just fix it and that's it. I don't need anyone else. Is that something that can happen? Is that a possibility?
We do it in Gaza when we withdraw without the agreement. You know, it's not so good to the region. We must cooperate all the time. We must to talk to each other, to the other side, and to do it together. Otherwise, we just talk to ourselves, and it's not solves anything.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the proposals that are already out there and people are, there are still like, there was the canal, to maybe an idea to build a canal or other ideas that are waiting approval, as it's on the...
Yeah, it's a three solution that was on the table. One, it's a big tunnel that's already, Herzl talked about it in his vision, and it's a tunnel from the Mediterranean to the Dead Sea, to use the hydroelectric by the level of the seas, and it's not it didn't come together because the Jordanian veto on this. They afraid that we going to flood the sea. So it was back in the 80s. Since then, we have two more solutions. One is the Red Dead Canal from the Red Sea to the Dead Sea. You know, the Dead Sea is the lowest place, and by gravitation, we bring water through the Arava Valley to the Dead Sea. But the reaction between the water reaction between the two seas is not do good to the Dead Sea. The water became red. And it's every chemical reaction. So the scientific now work on it, but it's cost a lot of money. It's involved of the International Bank and other, all the European and America, but it's cost a lot of money and that's why it's not happened.
At one point, there's a scene when the boy, Oded's son, asks his dad, if there were no water, then there was peace, right? So can you imagine a situation when there is no water, right? I don't know, in 100 years or 200 years, and then just people can walk from Jordan to Israel, and everybody is like peacefully using this.
I imagine
area.
Like John Lennon, I imagine, but I'm just born 5 kilometers from the Jordan border in Israel Valley. And we used to dream about that when we were a kid because we saw the mountain, the blue mountain of Jordan, every evening. It was a wonderful sight. And it's happened and doesn't happen. But I hope someday it will be. It could be, if we are do something together. If we are break the walls of of the nations, not of ourselves, because we are cooperate, like we see. We are good friends of each other. Yusuf come to my house, and I come to Yusuf's house, and they just support us in whatever we do. Mooncat and yeah.
Sir, we're going to take questions from the audience in an organized fashion very soon. I promise you'll have an opportunity.
But, you know, we all talk about what will happen when things will be solved, hopefully, but are there any strategy of what is going to happen if nothing is happened? Like, how many years does the Dead Sea have left? I mean, should they have
Actually, we can't rebuild the Dead Sea anymore. We just can stop the redraw of the water.
what do you mean?
It's بلتي هفيخ, irreversible. The damage till now it's irreversible. Yeah, but we have one solution that I don't talk about it. This is the solution that I think that it's more realistic. Is to desalinate water from the north of Israel, from the Mediterranean, to bring it to the Sea of Galilee by the national carrier of water that used to be in the 50s, bring water from the Sea of Galilee to the south of Israel, to the Negev. And now we want to reverse engineering to take the water to the north from the Mediterranean, to fill the Kinneret, to open the Ganya Dam, and the water will flow to the Jordan River, and like in the old time.
So it says we need 800 million cubes of water.
800 million cubes. So far, we get 200 in a good day.
I see. So almost I'm going to let the people ask some questions, but I want to ask, what can we do? Can we do anything?
I think, first of all, you are in this, this movie, so you're already doing. But I think we tried now to found, Oded just found a group of people that work for the solutions, and it became like a butterfly wing. It became a storm easily. And I hope many people like you will watch the movie and join us.
So there's a website, right, that you can go?
Yeah, it's a website. It's a dsgproject.com or seaguardians.com, and you can enjoy us. And
there's a petition there that you can join.
Yeah.
So last question I have is, we talked about the Dead Sea, but I want to talk about you. I know you from Kibbutz Palmachim. And can you tell us a little bit how you got to movie making, and what is your next project, and what are you working on?
I born in the north of Israel, in Heftiba, also kibbutz. That's just celebrate his 100 years celebration. And I'm living in Kibbutz Palmachim with my wife Ayelet and my 3 kids. It's near the Mediterranean, very nice spot. And I started to study cinema in the 90s in Sam Spiegel in Jerusalem. And since then, I'm making the commentary film. Most of them belong to the Israeli society, or run the Israeli society stories. And this is the first movie that I became an activist, movie activist, and it's wonderful.
Thank you. Now we can take some, we can take some questions from the audience. Yeah.
I'm going to start with one right here.
Thank you so much. You said, or in the film, maybe you said that 40% of the desalination is caused by Israeli military extraction. Is there any connection? Sorry, mineral.
Mineral.
Well, because I wanted to ask, is there any connection? What is the mineral extraction being used for? And then what's the other 60%?
The mineral extraction is the biggest in the world, the biggest mines in the world. And the mineral is used for, from the car industry to whatever, to medicine, to cosmetics, everything. And it's very powerful. And it's also in the Jordanian side. It's in Israeli side and in the Jordanian side. In the south, in the south of the sea, and now all the southern part of the Dead Sea is not exist anymore. Just big pool that the factory builds, and they do whatever they want, actually.
Next question we have over here.
Hi, Ido. First of all, I want to tell you that this is the best documentary I've seen, I don't know, in the last 10 years.
Thank you.
I'm especially proud because we both live in the same kibbutz. So.
Don't tell that.
Yeah. But you said something about the
Palestinian.
responsible adult.
Yeah.
And when you speak to the responsible adult, they say we don't have a partner. And here you have one Palestinian who could not get any more swimmers, a Jordanian, you can question his back pain or not, but also could not find swimmers. So, and you didn't address it, which I completely am with you. I mean, we're not into that topic, but do we have a partner? Yes, you can pick two and do an Alan and all that thing, but do we have a partner in the street? And that movie poses that question. We are the responsible adult. How can we find a partner?
You're absolutely right. If I was the prime minister, I work 24 hours a day to do that, but I don't. And I can talk with Yusuf, and I can talk with Munket. That's what I can do. And they answer me.
Ma'am, could you use
Yeah,
the microphone
your
so
mic.
everyone can hear you? But when we can't hear you, and we're recording as well.
Okay. I'm trying not to get into politics, just to understand, because Israel is largely responsible for this draining of the sea because of the factories for
Minerals.
the mineral factories, years of neglect. Probably there was not awareness of the environment years ago. They just extracted salt. But the question is, right now, after what was done for awareness, what's the role of the Israeli politics or the government in ensuring that something is done? Because things are, I mean, money is wasted for different things. It seems like it's not a priority.
2 weeks ago, we hosted Tamar Zandberg, that is now the Ministry of Ecology, kind of, Environment. And she with us completely, but she's not with us anymore. So this is Israel.
So
Israel
it isn't
like
twined
that.
with politics. That's the problem. Because you need support for stuff like this, in this magnitude, you need support of the government. And if the government has no priority of stuff like this,
Absolutely sure. You're absolutely
with all
right.
respect to what was done.
But if many people like you come and be with us, and you will be with us, your signature in our site, so maybe we can make the difference.
But with the government, what you have now, what we have now, it's hard to believe. And
We
we
don't
have
know.
the same problem here. It's the same. It becomes political because you need the funds to do it. Unfortunately, it becomes political.
Thank you. We have another question. Yeah, over there. Yeah.
It kind of makes me think that with some of the problems that go back decades, like the sinkholes, it made me wonder if these were taken and when they first came, do you think some of the problems that we have today would have been averted with the Dead Sea, or we'd still have the same mess we have now?
Can you repeat it about the sinkhole?
Well, if they were first addressed if they were taken seriously when they first occurred on some of those roads, and when it was receding, do you think we could have actually averted it, averted the problems we have now, or would the situation have still been the same? Like, you know, talking about those early whistleblowers.
Nobody know what to do with the sinkholes. You know, it starts like exotic phenomenon, like we say in the movie. But 7,000 sinkholes is not exotic anymore, and it's happened because the dry up of the sea, because the salt that's inside the ground is melted by the groundwater, and the ground is collapsed inside. That's the reason. Nothing to do with it.
We have a question over here.
Hi, thank you for this amazing film. My question is, have you gotten any kind of feedback at all from either the Jordanian side or the Palestinian side in response to the film? Backlash, positive, anything that this film helped move from either side?
Good question. One of the biggest support in this movie is the BBC Arabic. That's by this movie and is broadcast all over Arab country. But we don't hear any feedback at all. So till now, it just was 2 months ago. So some say you're absolutely right and we are with you, and most of them say this is your problem. Go to hell, something like that. So this is the kind of the dialogue now.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you Ido again.
Thank you.
And please go to the website and sign it, and we'll save it. Let's see.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Udi. Thank you both. Folks, join us. We're here all week, and you could tell your friends to see this movie streaming right now as well, so people can engage. Thank you very much, and have a good night.